Mhm. Dear virtual guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who is behind or the screens. My name is Vismands Menjoks, and I'm a millennial. And also, I'm a tech guy and true believer in nature and in the business. I know all those things are kind of not going together well, but still, I believe that there is something right about it. 20, 30 years ago, Latvia was almost sustainable, like a zero-waste country. Why? Because in the 90s and 2000, we went to repair things when they were broken instead of buying new ones. And that's because in those times, Latvia was a developing country. But today we are living in the 21st century, and the story has changed. Latvia is one of the OECD and European Union countries. We are almost like every other Western countries. We are consuming and living, and the quality of life is like in Germany. But here you can see the main initiatives like Paris Climate Agreement and all the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, which led to European Green Deal. And then there is question, if there is such a global initiatives who are planning to invest in Europe up to 1 trillion euros by 2050, then what is wrong? Why it's needed? Because I can look out of the window and say it doesn't look so dirty. But the reality is different. We consume too much. Nobody sees that as a problem, because we are producing, we love to buy new stuff every day, and if you don't see it by our eyes, then there is no problem, right? But no. So the main problem is us, the consumers, because here you can see the top plastic polluters in the world are consumer market companies like Coca-Cola, Nestle, Pepsi. Not car building or airplane factories, but consumers market is the main one. And you have to be a hypocrite or blind if you don't see that there is a problem. And we need to change the business model, how it's going on. And we have to understand in the near future that all the industries, all the businesses will have to change, because we cannot live further like that. So there is a question, in what kind of world do we want to live? On the picture on the left or on the picture on the right? And there is only small things that can help us motivate each other. Love, belief, religion. But in this case, I see there is only one thing that's a profit or losses. It's money. The money is gonna motivate the change of industries, producers, and all these consumers. And thanks to that, in every crisis there is opportunities. And also here in Latvia, we're gonna implement a deposit system in 20 seconds. But also at the same time, what it means, polluters must pay. Because packaging till these days were so cheap because nobody paid for the harm it causes. So that means when you're going to the market, you're going to buy a new bottle, you're going to add 10 cents per each unit, and you will get your money back when you're going to return it. That's what's happening right now in the world. The red ones, where it's implemented already, and the green ones, where we are going to. But there is another issue. All that system is being implemented in the 90s. And nothing has changed. But the goals, your Green Deal goals, are going up. So we need to collect more. But if the system is built on the needs of 90s, then the technologies aren't meant for that. But we today need to think about tomorrow, not what was stylish 20 years ago. About existing systems, how all the Western world is dealing with old PET bottles, cans, and beer bottles. Actually, system, it's quite old school. It's read barcodes. And you, as a consumer, it's not built from the perspective of consumer. It's built from the perspective of producers. So it reads barcode. If it's fine, you'll get your money back. But they're giving you a paper receipt. So we calculated here in Latvia, the deposit system, paper receipts of Latvia, you can take 2 times all around the globe, the volume of paper what we will need produce for the paper receipts. And the system aren't built for the end user because you cannot collect flattened or damaged packaging. But what's the difference between both of them? Both of them are resources. So what like a year ago in Latvia, we started to talk about this deposit system, and we understood we cannot tackle all these problems by using existing tools. So we need not disrupt existing one, but we need an evolution. We need to add new features to make an impact. And also, what everybody forgets about is that 70% of consumers are people who are up to 40 years old. So I am the guy who spends most of the money into the market, my generation. But systems aren't built for that. So I'm digital. I'm using my smartphone. I'm using bank cards. I'm using store loyalty cards. But the system is like, I need to go back.
Okay, here's the problem. The total waste generated in the world will increase by 70% in the next 30 years. But current deposit systems don't serve all of our recycling needs. They can only collect a small portion of waste, such as beverage packaging. WINGO Deposit takes the next step and thinks beyond the plastic bottle. WINGO is a deposit machine with computer recognition and artificial neural network technologies. In other words, a bin with brains. The camera and AI system recognizes even flattened and damaged bottles. WINGO is able to adapt to new types of packaging. The payback system is digital and transparent. You can use your phone or store's loyalty card. WINGO's additional gamification elements make recycling more accessible and fun for all generations. WINGO Deposit has gained international recognition and is changing the way we think about our planet's future. WINGO, a bin with brains.
So short idea how it's right now, but how it all started. A year ago, we heard rumors that there aren't companies in Latvia who can build such solutions. So in 3 weeks, we built a machine that can collect any kind of packaging regarding the shape and the size and the perfect condition. So through that, we got a lot of letters from Finland, Germany, all the other countries who wants to transform because they understand it's time to change. And what we did, we combined the brightest minds in Latvia regarding to AI, computer vision, and the best engineers who have built like aerodromes and all the other big stuff what we are proud of. So in the end, you can see this colorful machine, which is kind of young and gives you this feeling that it's built for user. And that's the main idea. If you're not going to build it by the user perspective, then it's not going to work. And so, yeah. And not only us, what we did, we brought around us other Latvian technology companies, because we don't try to be the best in the industries where we aren't. Like, we are cooperating with Mobili, because they are the best in the field right now in Latvia regarding payment systems. Mapost, they are the best guys about logistics solutions. And so by combining all this knowledge and technologies, we see that Latvia can be the front runner in Europe regarding deposit systems. But without technology companies, we got a credit also from other technology companies that want to give various prizes, bonus points for these collectors. In that same time, they're building their brand as a Red Bull or Car Guru. They're going to give for free rides or some drinks or another kind of treaties. In the end, we are talking about the movement, and the movement that the trash is something more. It's a resource, and you need to reward, and you need to change the understanding about that. What we have done till this day in 1 year, in 1 year, we've been recognized as winners in a Creative Business Cup, and next year we're going to represent Latvia in Copenhagen. We also, 2 weeks ago, been recognized as top 4 companies regarding AI for tomorrow, and we are good enough for Europe, so then I believe we are good enough for Latvia too. Also, Red Bull wants to bring WINGO together with all the Hockey World Championship, all their events, because next year they have a recycling year. So all the big companies, they understand they need to change. In the end, I would like to encourage Latvian industry, policymakers and others, if there is this 1 trillion euros in the next 40 years meant for the green and sustainable transformation from industry to industry, maybe we have to be brave enough and take some of that money and build our own Latvian clean tech industry and help all the other world be a little bit more greener. Thank you.